Hey, you there. Thank you for watching, and welcome to Forge Lines Forever. Today I have a 5v5 custom match here on the most amazing Noxus map generator. So let's go ahead and introduce our teams and our players. We'll start with Team 1 on the northwestern side of the map, and then we'll end with Team 2 on the southeastern side of the map. Take a look at Team 1, southern player we have in Chevy Crimson. It is the Cybran of Legend Lore 2. He is a 1600. To his north in glow in the dark green, it is Azuros playing as a UEF. He is a 2300. He is the highest rated player on Team 1 and in the game overall. To his northwest in Barbie pink, we have Dorset playing as a Seraphim. He is a 1200. In orange color orange to his north, we have the UEF of Love Me Some Rice. He is a 1600. And then rounding off Team 1, we have in Tropical Ocean Blue, it is Aurelia Lightpaw. He is a Cybran. He is a 1500. So over Team 1 side of the map, they have 2 UEF, 2 Cybran, 0 Aeon, and then 1 Seraphim. Taking a look at Team 2's western side first and move east, we have in Blood Angel Red, it is the Aeon of Weeb. He is a 1600. In Imperial Gray to his east, we have Sui playing as a UEF. He is a 2000 rated. In Rust to his southeast, we have Stefan Foss. He is a Seraphim. He is an 1100. I do want to note that Sui is going for his left drone upgrade as we speak. To his east, we have in Batman Gray, it is Dimitri 11 playing as a Cybran. He is a 2200, the highest rated player on Team 2. And to his north, we have in Regal Purple, it is Wasteman. He is a Cybran. He is a 1400. So for Team 2 side of the map, they have at least one of each of the factions with 1 UEF, 2 Cybran, the one and only Aeon of the game, and 1 Seraphim. And I also will note that Sui went for his right drone upgrade as well. And for these 10 players on the map, let's take a look at their reclaim situation. Currently sitting at 11,000 mass and reclaim. Makes it decently easy, 1.1 K mass per player. Big clumpage in the ponds here and here. There also is a decent amount also dotted around the ponds as well here and here. So definitely worth going after, at least for the reclaim. Granted, the pond is in the middle of the map, so we could see some naval action here. It's mostly a land map, but given there are some decent impediments in terms of land traversal to the northeast at least, Southwest a little bit more open. We might see maybe more focus here. Maybe we'll see how the game progresses. And again, for the mexes on the map, there's a decent amount of them dotted all over the place. Lots of spread out mexes, but there are some clumpages to be grabbed. We'll take a look at Team 2 side of the map, splitting the map down the diagonal right there. We have a Trimex position here, a Quadmex position there. Another kind of tri-quad mex position there. It's a little bit more stretched out. A tri there and there and there, all on upper plateaus. There's a set of trimexes in the middle where the pond is, and then another trimex down here, and then one next to the pond as well. So lots of expansion opportunities for these players, which means number go up very quickly in terms of the mass per second. And, of course, in terms of the calm distribution, whether scurrying around the map, we do see movement from everybody on Team 2 and everybody on Team 1. Looks like it's going to be a 1v1 in the southwest between the red players. We have Chevy Crimson Legend Lore and then Blood Angel Red of Weeb from Team 2. In the middle, looks like it might be kind of a mixture of a 2 to 3 player engagement, entanglement. We do see Azuros is going to head more southward and grab this section of the pond. You can send units over this little lower pond section bridge, not really bridge thing. I don't think you can get battleships through that, but you can probably get at least destroyers. So maybe we'll see some big boat, small pond action down here in the southwest. But it looks like it's going to be at least a couple of players for Team 1. Aurelia is getting into the pond game, as well as Sui. We do see Stephanos is over here hanging out to the east, and then we do see Dimitri 11's over here to the east, assisting Wasteman pushing northward. Looks like Love Me Some Rice is headed east. Some facilities dropped and established by Dorset, and then we see a bulk of forces from Aurelia on the upper plateau right now. Looks like Team 1 is trying to lock out Team 2 from that upper plateau position. We have some bombers over top trying to thin out those facilities, but we have the combo of Wasteman constantly pumping out land facilities, so it might not be an easy win for Team 1, but they do have the numbers so far, and they are inbound. So that's not going to be fun for Team 2. We do see a large group of forces conga lining in here for Legend Lord. We have speed upgrade started for Weeb. Not going to push in yet. It will give Legend Lord a little bit more bulk of the share of mexes on the upper plateau section here, which will give him at least a little bit more mass to play with. Team 1 already in the lead by a decent margin at 7 minutes, about 280 to 230-ish. Units are now inbound. Team 1 PD probably would be a good idea to try to halt all the Mantis spam. That means he'll probably switch over to Medusa spam, but these forces inbound might be enough. But Team 2 says absolutely not. You're not sending reinforcements this way. We do see Mantis are inbound. We also see a couple of Medusa mixed in. So that should eliminate those Team 1 PD quite nicely. We have subs dealing with the frigates. So we're trying to get his facility just still alive, keep it alive. Frigates killed off all the engineers, unfortunately, for Sui, but the frigates do not have a way to fight against subs, so Sui wins that fight. Gun advanced range started for Weeb, so Aeon Sniper Commander is coming online here shortly, and his opponent of Legend Lord can only get the regular speed. The normal speed and then the regular range upgrade. We do see a couple of Corsairs inbound from Team 2's Dimitri 11, which means he has T2 air online. Looks like he's going to snipe some mexes for Legend Lord. Looks nope. Sag not going that way. Going northward. We're going to drop a payload on some engineers, trying to build some AA guns for Azuros. Looks like he's the target, maybe. He might go after anybody back here. T2 air is not online for anybody for Team 1 yet, so far, Team 2 is in the lead in terms of air technology. We do see the PD did not last much longer for Wasteman. Wasteman is nowhere in sight, and Team 1 will win the upper plateau. I feel like a comm drop is maybe warranted to try to push that back. You might even need 2 of them up there. We do see Sui now eliminating a ton of core mexes for Azuros, essentially not locking him out of the game for now, but not looking too hot. We even see some Corsairs going after the mexes down here as well. For Azuros. He's just getting targeted. He says, why me? He says Azuros. To be fair, he is the highest rated player in the game, so that's probably why, but he does feel targeted 100% for good reason. Weeb dealing with the remaining forces from Legend Lord's attack. Looks like he lost a mex, but honestly, not that bad of a trade. 1 Mantis remains out of all that mix. We see more forces inbound, but not a whole lot. Corsairs are like, oh yeah, there's some forces coming at us. Let's just blow them up. How are those Corsairs doing? They've eliminated the entire base for Azuros. That's unfortunate. Now we see some some Corsairs now targeting some additional stuff on the map. Looks like, yeah, every mex is going to be wiped out for him. That is going to hurt. He still has some forces online dotted around the place. Some mex is still alive and whatnot, but he is just getting heavily targeted. He's building some T1 AA rail guns just to do something, but going to take a while to really chew through all the Corsair hit points, at least for the Team 1 AA department. Units inbound from Weeb using the water to get in and around his opponent. Nice use of technology there. It forces Legend Lord to fall back and does give a huge amount of momentum shift in favor for Team 2 going northwestward. Lots of AA has been spammed up. ASF are inbound from Team 1. That's why I didn't say it, because we're all the way up here to the northwest upper plateau for Love Me Some Rice. So T3 air is online. Team 2, it's still T2 air, no T3, and T2 air also online for Stefan Foss. So we have 2 air players potential for Team 2. And it looks like the Corsairs are still punishing literally anything and everything they can shoot at, targeting all the engineers building AA emplacements. Interceptors just bodying some ASFs. An explosion from Legendary. He's like, nope. He's like, okay, I have lost the will to play. I am not playing anymore. That is a poor guy. Technically, he's the one that did that. So now it is a 5v4 in favor for Team 2. New tactic, it seems. Bullied too much. I mean, he got severely targeted. Just absolutely, nope, not dealing with him today. Nope. I even feel bad for him. Jeez. His main base got wiped out. Everything else pretty much got wiped out. Some remnants remain, but that's it. Not a whole lot there for Azuros. And Team 2 has almost claimed the entire southwestern sector. And in terms of eco, technically Team 1 is still in the in the lead. About 40, 20, 30, some number of mexes, mass. But Corsairs are still sniping every single T2 mech they can get their hands on. And not only that, they're wiping out the reclaim as well, so you can't just easily rebuild them. You have to spend the full amount to rebuild the thing again, which is definitely annoying. We have AA just cannot stand up to the Corsair spam from Dimitri 11. Are those gunships moving in? I know we saw some over here. Looks like he's just building a couple of them for now. I don't know if he's building them, sending them somewhere else, but we have some combi-com action between Weeb and Legend Lord. Again, advanced range and speed versus speed and range. But again, at this distance, range doesn't matter. It's just speed, which they both fire at the same time, so it doesn't even matter. Hit points will favor Weeb slightly. And forces will also favor Team 1's Legend Lord because there's a lot inbound from the west. Weeb might be the first casualty for Team 2. First technical kill in the game. I mean, you might classify Azuros as a kill for... Who was that? That was Dimitri, just because he really just bullied him to death, essentially. But, it's not a... I don't know. That's one of those kind of iffy things. But Weeb might get underneath the surface of the water in time. I don't see any Wagners here from Legend Lord, so it looks like he will get out of there. But, he has to get underneath the surface, which he does just barely. And we do see gun starter for Stefan Voss there in the pond. Looks like the Corsairs have finally been dealt with from Team 2. Team 1 has claimed the entire northeastern sector of the map. We do see some T2 destroyers with a nice little bulwark, some subs, and a cruiser mixed in. Again, Team 1 lacks the Aeon faction, but they are not missing out on the cruiser missile tech. They have a Seraphim and an UEF. So, unfortunately, they don't have that technology currently online. They have Cybrin. UEF was online, but it was severely denied by, again, those Corsairs. And those things are probably maybe kind of vying for the MVP so far. We do see, again, the missiles just slowly eliminating stuff on their way to Team 1's main naval facilities. We do see a little bit more pullback from Team 2 in the southwest. Gunships are inbound. We did see some flak that was built. That was probably built in response to those gunships. So those gunships aren't probably going to win that fight quite easily. But I don't know. They might wipe out a couple of mexes before they get shot out of the sky. Sui wins, says Dimitri. Oh, with the ships. I mean, it's not entirely confirmed, but he actually won his lane, says Azuros. And we do see a nice little broadsword online. And the broadsword is nice, but one's not going to be enough, especially with the bulwark here. T2 naval headquarters is going to be wiped down here shortly. The shield is down, so as long as they target the cruiser, they might be in good shape. But with Navy now locked out for Team 1 for the most part, not looking good for the middle of that. But to be fair, that's only going to influence maybe up to where this engineer is. It's really not going to, maybe with like maybe some battleships, maybe right about here. But we still have this entire northwestern corner for Team 1 to be well and truly protected. So I don't expect there to be just an easy win in Navy. And even this, look at this, they're able to hide a little bit behind this little plateau here. If they came in from this direction, then they could just shoot that way. So I don't know why they're not doing that. But looks like they're just trying to make sure nothing is being built in Navy. We do see Chrono Dampener started for Weeb. That is definitely a more rare upgrade for the Aeon side of things. It takes the shield slot, so that's probably why we don't see it a whole lot. It is nice, especially if you're engaging on the front line. It kind of makes you a big target to shoot at. All this big, giant kind of EMP burst from a comm. Probably want to take that out sooner rather than later kind of thing. We have T3 Air online for Team 2's Dimitri, and we have T3 Air online for Stefan Voss. So 2 air players for Team 2, and we have 1 air player for Team 1. And he's built it on the upper plateau, so land units can't... they can right here, but it's going to take them a long time to walk that way. So the only really truly isolated plateau, the big one is over here to the northeast. And then we have a couple of small ones kind of dotted around, but pretty much it's just that main one. And Team 1 has that under lock and key for now. A nice little broadsword running around. A couple of Team 1 Zooey. Just trying to kill off something from Team 1 side of the map, but Yeah, no, that's just not going to work for Team 1. Omni when you can, says Azuros, trying to go for that. I hear an explosion. And Legend Lord Control K's. He was over here. Looks like some Volthus were going after him, it looks like. And he didn't want to be killed off by Team 2, so that was just a, they know you're not going to get the kill on me kind of thing. And I will note, 2 players down for Team 1 before 20 minutes. They're still in the lead for Eco, but we've seen multiple games where it's the APM that really drives the win versus having more mass. So I wouldn't be surprised if Team 2 pulls it out. If things stay the same, we will see. Love me some Rice, the air player for Team 1, is getting shot at by a destroyer or 2. That's never fun. Also, I will note those destroyers not actually shooting anything because they're shooting into the plateau. They need to move just a little bit more north, which it looks like they're doing. So now, torque bombers inbound, probably targeting the cruisers first. Shield comes back online. We see more of those shots now raining into that little base. There looks like they took out the radar system. Nice grab there, blinding Team 1 in the middle of the map for now. And it's just not looking good. This little section of the map's kind of being a little bit more of a nuisance. Team 2's player of Wasteman now gets into the naval department, getting some cruisers and destroyers online. Just trying to help thin things out on those plateaus for Team 1. Again, just trying to snipe more away at that eco. And again, I am kind of surprised the eco is still favoring Team 1, considering they've been just constantly attacked here and here. They have the northeastern corner, which is probably what's driving a lot of that mass. Aurelia's at 400. Oh, yeah, that's definitely what it is. How many mechs? 42 times 6 if they're all T2 no ringed. That's, 252 mass? Yes, 252 mass per second just from all those T2 mexes. Not single ring. They could be single, so even higher than that. And we do see last little mex is still here. We have gunships inbound. That destroyer got absolutely annihilated. A bit early for that, in my opinion, says Azuros, talking about the probably destroyer spam. There's only 2 cruisers here, so they wipe out not even 1 gunship. So nice grab there from Team 1. That's not going to be good for them. But again, they've lost a lot of stuff on this front line anyways, so it's maybe a little too late, but I guess it's sometimes never too late. We do see this base was transferred over to Aurelia from Dorset. SMD already online and loading as we speak. Did Team 2 do any sort of sneaky plays, building any sort of nukes? I don't think so. We have T3 Air also online for Wasteman, so we have 3 air players for Team 2, potential. Just because he has one doesn't mean he's going to use it. And the game has kind of died down in terms of the action. We have torque bombers now circling around. Looks like they're going to go after the next set of units. Looks like that's more from SWE. Wiped out a huge chunk of those bombers before they even had a chance to drop a payload. Looks like Team 2 is going up for another attack down on the western side from Weeb. And northeastern side is just being left alone. Again, that's a lot of mass that Team 1 is just getting without being opposed. And this could be easily just send a couple of gunships. Even just T2 Volthus, for example. Just send them out. Go after this. Go after this. Go after all the engineers upgrading. Like, that's a lot of mass that's just kind of sitting there that Team 2 could easily eliminate. But we have a couple of missile snipes going after some mexes. Yep, some missile snipes from Team 1's Aurelia to Wasteman. That's not helping the eco things at all. And these gunships, that gunship horde is getting bigger and bigger, I might add. We have Team 1 AA spam in terms of some archers. And that's not going to do a whole lot, to be honest. Don't know why they're not building more AA. I guess they're building more as we speak, to be honest. The missiles are what really they're after because they do other stuff longer range. We have tons of engineers being dropped off from Aurelia to the base over here to the... Okay. I mean, if you're going to put it anywhere, not their air bases, just their front lines, as Aurelia. They can't reach... Yeah, not their air base. Yeah. That's exactly what I was pointing out earlier. Yep. Spamming out satellites now for Team 1. I mean, if you have the mass to spend, I mean, you want to build anything you want. I mean, that's one way to do it, I guess. We have a gunship, transport roaming around the map. Team 2 has pretty much grabbed the entire northwest corner. Again, there's more mexes up in the northeast, to be fair. Just off glance, might be kind of even, but I do think Team 1 has the lion's share of the mass. Team 2 is starting to be in the lead, though, in terms of mass. Othams online. Again, there's more Othams and bricks for Team 1 than there is Harbingers for Team 2, so that's a win for Team 1. Landings have been successful. A little bit annoyed, or at least we're annoyed at the gunships. We do have Team 2's Dimitri. No upgraded commander. Looks like he's in a distance build and grab these sets of mexes here. Dimitri calms his Azuros, so he gets spotted immediately. Oh, you got to move. Oh, you got it. You're dead. You are so dead. Oh, you're going to lose hit points very quickly. Wow. That was incredibly fast. Look at that. Just annihilated. And Team 2 loses Dimitri, so both of the highest rated players on each team are eliminated. And now it is a 4v3. Still in, wrong button. Still in favor for Team 2, though. And those gunships are going to start running amok for Team 1. I mean, that's a lot of firepower. We have a decent amount of Team D over there. Sniper says Dimitri 11. I mean, he just happened to be where those gunships were nearby. Just happened to be there. Kind of a little unlucky. ASFs are grouping up. Even if the ASFs were called in to deal with the gunships at the moment, they wouldn't have got there in time. And I don't know why they're not being sent in. Those gunships are a real threat to Team 2. Couple of AA emplacements are not being built, but T3 landed corner is going to be lost for Wasteman. That's going to be unfortunate. And the ASF just not being sent in for Stefan Foss. I just don't. I mean, yeah, he doesn't want to risk, losing all of his ASFs, and then he doesn't go with the group. Oh, he swings left when they went right, and then the ASFs from Team 2 swing right as well, so it kind of evens out as well. Gunships are just going to be annihilated, and it's UEF versus Seraphim and Cybern, I believe, if that has any bearing on who would win the fight. The turns are actually favoring Team 1, to be honest. Oh, he's going to go after the gunships now. And most of the gunships are now gone. It looks like the ASFs got out of there. And those gunships are just going to be left. Satellite online for Team 1. It's going to be satellite spam all day, every day. Hopefully, we'll see some shield assistance from Lovely Sunrise to help protect the shield, to protect the satellites as he's building the building them, so that way they don't get annihilated. Some of those ASFs did make it home, though, so they're probably happy about that. That could have been a complete air wipe, but looks like the gunships were a little bit more of a focus for Stefan Foss. T3 starting here for Sui on board his comm. He might go for Billy Nuke. And we have Azuros constantly giving support for his teammates even beyond the grave, so love to see that assistance there. Othams are now making their way into the water. Looks like they're going to go around. Again, Othams and Bricks have torpedoes on board, so they can go after these cruisers. There is some torp defense on the Valiants, but not to deal with that firepower, at least that much at one time. Still a couple of stuff online for Team 1 in the southwest, but really it's not a whole lot. Transport is going to get shot down. Did it drop off some? Oh, it did drop off some Harbingers in the backline a little bit. Spreading out the damage to some T2 mexes here. T2 PD trying to be built to deal with them, and they'll do a little work, but the mexes are gone. That was the main target, and that's 18 mass a second lost for Team 1 on the western front. We have units just running around the base of the plateau on the eastern front. No idea what they're up to. Looks like they're trying to do that whole artillery launch on the edge of the cliff thing, shooting up and over, so that way, they can do some damage without being shot at, or try not to get shot at. ASF sitting on the ground here for Aurelia down in the southwest. I don't know if Team 2 notices those. Oh, they do. They do know there. Those Othams are in the mix. Looks like they are trying to target those cruisers. The torpedo defense on board is helping out a decent amount. The Othams themselves do not have torp defense. It's kind of a glass cannon-y affair where it's just you try to do as much damage as you can without being killed very quickly. I guess it's not technically glass cannon, but you get my point. It's all defense, no offense. It's all offense, no defense is the whole point of that. T3 Navy, no. Maybe we won't even see T3 Navy. Satellite is online targeting Wasteman's position. He's sitting next to a P-Gen. I will note, not the best place to stand. And that P-Gen will blow up. Oh, satellite retasked onto that. Goes after the P-Gen. Takes out a little over half the hit points for Wasteman. He's probably dead. SMD is about to be loaded and then about to be destroyed. Second satellite now online for Team 1. I'm going to swap back to this because I think Wasteman is going to be targeted here momentarily. I don't see why not. He's right there under his gun. And literally targeting everything but the comm. There he goes. 3,000 hit points. And falling below 2,500. He will die. Ignore purple. He's pretty much out of the game, says Azuros. Snipers man, says Dimitri. Can't be stopped now, says Wasteman. He knows he's dead. And looks like, oh no, they're going to switch to other things. I mean, it doesn't really matter because they need to take out the satellite anyways. Looks like he's just going to be left. He transfers everything over to Sui anyways to give him more mass and power and whatnot. Looks like maybe a focus on the air might be the thing for Team 1 satellites. We do see that Chicken is running around causing some havoc. And now we have destroyers targeting Othams. This is very much, again, a one-sided affair. For Team 2's favor, not Team 1's. Satellite is about halfway there. Switches tactics. Decides to go for Scathis. Because why not? SMD, TMD. That's super smart in case some, Billy Nuke teleports up here and then fires. Smart play there. Love to see that. We have Team D being built over here by Aurelia's comm. So essentially protects him not only there, but also his investment. So love to see that preparation just in case. Again, you spend the mass, it doesn't end up being useful, but at least if it was important that he built TMD, it's actually there instead of not being there. So nice smart move. Satellite starting to chew through the shielding a little bit. Looks like that one will fall. Looks like another shield is going to be built here shortly. Couple, let's say about 3 or 4 shields should be enough to fend off one satellite, depending on the overlap. 2, that's kind of a different story. We do see Awasa Bomber is half done for Stefan Foss. Land engagement to the west. And that northeastern corner, again, even if it's just a couple of gunships, there's so much stuff over here that could easily be eliminated. That's 27 mass. Some of these are T3 mexes over there. And it looks like more, what does it say? More Novaks here for a sec. Says, was that Aurelia? No, that was Azuros, because the artillery has been started for Swede. Looks like he's building SMD now. Satellites going back and forth. The only problem with going back and forth like this is it gives both locations that you're targeting time to build shielding. And that is kind of the same thing with artillery. It's if you lay off the artillery shots from one location, it gives that location time to build more. But then if you don't transfer to other locations, maybe there's other targets that are easier to take out, like power stuff that could influence where you're initially targeting. There's just a huge kind of what if, then, now, but if scenario thing. So it's kind of hard to really judge where exactly you keep firing. And then some of it is you just don't even know because maybe you just don't have, that much intelligence or anything on that side of the map. No vision, no eye, no, satellite, no nothing. But this map should... Yeah, I was going to say, this map should be big enough to protect against literally everything except the corner, attack everything except the corner, because it is a full 20 by 20. Chicken, looks like it is inbound for that artillery emplacement, I would imagine. GC is inbound to Team 1 side of the map. He's getting its UEF mini nuke. It's Billy Nuke. But yes, it is mini nuke. Shield is trying to be built. And try to, again, build the shielding as you're building the air grid. Not looking too great on the... Yep, there it is. Denied. But he gets a couple more. He builds maybe one here and maybe one under here. That should be fine. They really want that one particular P-Gen. They're not going to get it because that one will recharge before it even gets built. And it should fire now. I don't know why it's not firing. It's fully charged. Why isn't it firing? Is he just waiting? No, there it goes. Yeah, that one's firing. That one is not for whatever reason. Awasa is done. Satellite has been spotted by the caster. Chicken is now being chased by the GC, and the GC is just barely out of range. He's like, go, 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 go. And he's like, no. Get back here. And he's like, go, 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 go. He's like, no. T2PD being built. I don't think that's within range because even you can see it's just going to go over in that way. But again, there is a little bit of a mountain there. I don't know if he can stand up there and shoot down. Oh, he's catching up. Oh, the chicken's going to survive though. Run, Azuros, run. Satellite's still poking at that one P-gen, and look, the shielding. Oh. The laser's already fired. There it is. Enough time to build the shielding again. You see Artie, very scary. S1 artillery is very scary. It's not really that scary, though. Scathis is over 25%. Looks like he needs more power. He's closing in on 45%. He's closing in on 50%. And Chicken is caught up to the T2 Naval headquarters at least. We have some destroyers really trying to take care of that Chicken. GC is caught up. Might get some veterancy. And Ravagers open up. Oh, yeah, he's prepped defenses well in advance. So nice attempt. T2 P-gen goes down, but that's not really worth it at this stage at 33 minutes. Speaking of 33 minutes, let me know down in the comments who you think is going to currently win this game. Of course, if you haven't done so already, please like the video and subscribe to the channel. As always, thank you so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. Whew, that was quick. And again, I really do appreciate it. I just do. It's just I can't be more than grateful. I've seen number go up on the channel very quickly once I hit 2,500. So I thank you for all of the support. And Scathis is also getting a lot of support. It's over, again, 50% done. And we have a nice little soothsayer here. It doesn't provide Omni. It just gives a huge section of the map to be visible. And that's perfectly fine. It's because as long as you have an Omni nearby, it kind of acts as a, you know, not a 2-for-1, but you get kind of a mixture of both. Dimitri says, love me at still T2 mexes. There's still how many T2 mexes over here for Aurelia? 800 mass a second. And still no efforts to just go over there. Like, even just a couple of gunships. Just something. And I feel like Stefanos is going to just go straight for it. Even if they don't know they don't know anything is there except for the Novax. They might target the Novax, fly overhead, and go, uh-oh. Awasa inbound, says Azuros. It's going to drop right on this land force. Nice drop, though. It's going to kill off a ton of T3 mainline units. That's a lot of dead units. 51 kills for that thing. 32,000 mass killed. That's very good. Very good for an Awasa bomber. Satellite's still focusing on this T3 air facility. It's just, actually, it's mainly P-gens more than air facilities at this point. Shielding is being upgraded. Probably not building all of the upgrades at the same time. Because of that, he's losing power significantly. And yeah, shielding is starting to collapse. He's going to lose it here pretty second. He's got to stop some of the... Oh, yep, there it is. Shields are down. He's got to fix his power. And he's going to try to fix it now. But again, the satellites are overhead, and they're going to target P-gens, and it's going to cascade, and it's not going to have no good fun. Satellite is online. Second satellite. Third satellite almost online for Sui. And see, now this is the thing, is now that these satellites have heavily focused this position, Sui has just been able to build some shielding, build some artillery and satellites. Awasa bomber just gets immediately bodied by Team 1's air forces. Just nope. A couple of ASFs die, but doesn't really do a whole lot. And yeah, that's just unfortunate. How's that? Oh, it's done. Never mind. 36 minutes on the clock, and the Scathis is done. It is inbound. Looks like mass for Dorset. Take it, says to me. I mean, that's not necessarily false, to be honest. Third satellite is done. This one is exposed because more than half of it is not in the shielding, so probably might want to build... you can just do it before I say something every single time. AA is being built just in case. And looks like they're I don't know if they're targeting just the SMDs. I mean, that looks like that's the target. You don't have a backup SMD in this base. No, you do, right there. I was like, what was I saying? I definitely saw one earlier, but it's right there, sitting in front of my face. Is that a... Because why not? Why not build another game ender in the corner of the map? Because why not? So we might not have a May voice.
Strategic launch detected.
Nuke inbound. That's from team. That's from team. Wow, that's a really interesting place to put the nuke. Not where you think it would go. It's inbound for this base. SMD is not loaded. That's probably why they were targeting that, so they could launch it at that position. But now that the SMD is down, I would presume that Weep will now fire the next one there. Illegal. And it's loading it decently quickly. That's going to be a nice little hole for Team 1 to go right on through. And there's the chicken fight. Chicken goes engaging. Kaboom! Wipes out the front line base for Team 1. And GC is getting absolutely annihilated by Team 1's forces. That is just a slaughter fest. Oof. That, not great. Not good. And now we have mixes all dead here. Are they just shooting on the... Why are they just shooting on the ground? Go for satellite. Says, love me some rice. He has a 4th satellite star. He doesn't have enough shielding. He's going to... Or you can just build more when I say something. You can just do that. I can think this quickly when I'm not playing, but when I am playing, my brain just goes to mush. Okay, now they're going to see where the Scathus is and where the artillery, like where all the satellites are and whatnot. Shielding is heavily being assisted. Good luck with that. You might as well target a bunch of other stuff over here. And I think Swee might change his target here shortly. There is a lot of power to be had down there. How is Aurelius power... when he's not great, and they know where the main some of the shielding. Oh, there goes a lot of engineers. He needed those to build shielding and to assist the shielding. That is not good for Team 2 Sui. Building more again as we speak, but they're targeting. Oh, this is exposed. I know the focus is to go for the main shielding, and then you can take everything else up. But there's at least a guaranteed kill right there. And the shielding is going to be built to protect that next one. Oh, it's offline. It is offline, though. That is fair. Next one pops online. This one's going to help cover it right there. Might as well immediately assist that shield as well. It's going to be a large, big focus on that for the time being. Satellites, they're not really punching through the shielding, to be honest. Again, heavy assistance means it's drawing a lot of power. You can see even assistance from Love Me Some Rice over there. We have explosion to the west. Weeb gets killed up by... No, sorry. Yeah, Dorset kills off Weeb. Looks like the chicken got him. I mean, he was on the front line for a while. Now it is an even game, 3v3 at 39 minutes on the clock. And it's just not looking good for Swee. Just trying to build more shielding. And some of them are coming online. Some of them, it's on, off, but... He needs to get lucky with the next volley of Scathus shots. If that... Oh... No, they're not. Well, that one just got annihilated. He doesn't have the engineers now to really assist this. Because he lost a lot of them in that Scathus hit. It looks like this one is now the main focus. Again, this one could have been killed off already. This one already could have been killed off already. Yeah, I don't think this position's going to last much longer. Move GC, says Weeb. Talking about that one. I mean, Team 1 turtled a lot quickly there than Team 2 tried to attack back, and it's really showing at this point. We have Strat Bombers inbound from the north, but layers of AA defenses... Yeah, they might damage some P-gens, but no. Yep. There it goes. Strat, never mind. Well, 3 of the satellites are gone. Yeah, I don't think this is going to last much longer for Team 1. Oh, sorry, for Team 2. And for Team 1, technically. But, yeah. They went for satellites. They had a lot. Like, this northeastern corner not being hit the entire time is such an unfortunate, just missed opportunity for Team 2. And there goes the artillery in the last satellite, so he's going to go to the water. He might control K. I don't know. It's just there's not a whole lot left. And again, Waste Man has been out of the game for a while. What a good game, says Azuros. I mean, from the guy that got bullied initially to his team winning all the pressure here. Yeah, definitely. Oh, look, there's a YOLO. Do they know that? Kind of. Got to spend that mass. Nuke is online. It is loaded. That nuke is loaded. You can fire it on this position and just wipe out something. Or you can try to wipe out... Oh, that one's loaded. That is 5 loaded. Jeez. They already have SMDs already preps ready to go. They might build more here shortly once they really, really notice. That base has gone to the east for Wasteman. Mavor's 25% says Azuros. And honestly, at this point, I mean, the shielding is in place, which is good, but there's not a lot of engineers, and you can tell he's not spending all of his mass. He's not really. So it's not going to get finished sooner rather than later, and it's just not looking good for Team 2 in any regard at this point. Because that Mavor, it is 25% done. Oh, it lied. It's at like 3%. Yeah. Make another game ender, because why not? Well, you're doing that, aren't you not? Unless you're building another Mavor somewhere else. He has an artillery emplacement there. That, I don't think, is within range of that. No, it's not within the range of the base. Oh, their Mavor is 25%. That's what it is. Okay, I was like, what? That makes no sense. Yeah, just not looking at teleporters done for Wasteman starting laser. Found the nukes as Azuros. I mean, you might as well launch it. That SMD is only going to... Oh, it's too late. The SMD's loaded. There are some emplacements that you could wipe out a couple of T3 mexes with. I mean, that would be a nice one there. That'd be a nice one there. And it's just... I think that northeastern corner staying there, pretty much not even deterred by Team 2. Yeah, there goes the Mavor. Sweetie transfers everything over to Stefan Foss. He's probably going to control K here very shortly. YOLO's almost at 25%. It's you can just look at that. He just has so much mass. He just doesn't have the engineers to spend it. Why do we have a Tempest? Why? That's not going to really do anything. I feel like that was a wasted amount of mass, I think. Because Team 2 already won Navy. And then everything's transferred over back to Swee. Stefan Foss is like, you take care of it. That just means this is going to take longer to build. The shielding isn't being assisted. Yeah, and it's all gone. Yep. That's unfortunate. Recall vote has been initialized. One more will pass the vote. Actually, we'll just check a look. Scout says Azuros, scout this. And there goes Team 2, Stefan Foss. The recall vote looks like does pass. Should pass. With 2 out of 3. But you need all 3. Oh, it just doesn't happen. Huh. That's odd. But YOLO's dead. All this base is dead. I mean, Team 1 won the game. I mean, that's just kind of how it is. There's the explosion from Stefan Foss. Oh, sorry, from Swee. Stefan Foss already died. And then there goes Wasteman right after. I mean, it was a decent back and forth, to be honest, but Azuros was like, that was miserable to watch. But I just still think this northeastern corner, so much mass being just collected by Aurelia. They're like, okay, let's just build some satellites. Oh, let's just switch up and build a Scathus, because why not? And this being left alone the entire time. I mean, we're talking about a huge... I mean, just... Nope, that's not what I wanted. I mean, that's 19 single-ringed, and then you have 23 single-ringed. I mean, that's so much income just from this section of the map, and it was hardly ever fought over. The initial fight over here, that was it. Everything else was just, it's there. And that huge section of the map not being shot at, not being fought over, no drops from Percy's or bricks or anything, no gunships. That was just, I think, such a missed opportunity for Team 2. And the Eco really played a role in Aurelia getting that stuff online and then just punishing Team 2. And sometimes it's just how it goes. So let me know down in the comments what you felt the favorite moment of the video was, or at least your favorite moment of the video was. Thank you so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. If you haven't done so already, please like the video and subscribe to the channel. And as always, I will see all of you in the next one.